As the tennis world waited with bated breath, Elena Rybakina finally spoke out about the sudden and controversial suspension of her ex-coach, Viktor Ivanov. In a press conference that sent shockwaves through the sports community, Rybakina's revelations were nothing short of jaw-dropping. Rybakina began by addressing the rumors head-on, confirming that Ivanov's suspension was not just a result of minor infractions, but something far more sinister. She took a deep breath and shared the details that many had speculated but few had dared to voice. According to Rybakina, Ivanov had been involved in unethical practices that went against the very spirit of the game. The crowd listened in stunned silence as she recounted the events that led to his suspension. "It all started a year ago," Rybakina began, her voice steady yet filled with emotion. "I noticed some irregularities in his coaching methods. At first, I thought it was just a new approach to training, but soon I realized it was something far more serious." She paused, as if gathering her strength to continue. Viktor was involved in match-fixing. The room erupted in gasps and murmurs. Match-fixing was one of the gravest accusations that could be leveled against anyone in the sports world. It undermined the integrity of the game and could destroy careers. Rybakina's composure, however, remained unshaken. She went on to explain how she had discovered the evidence. "I found messages and financial records that linked him to illegal betting activities. It was a betrayal I never expected from someone I trusted so much." Her eyes glistened with unshed tears, but she did not falter. "I knew I had to take action, no matter how difficult it was." Rybakina's decision to report her coach to the authorities was both courageous and fraught with personal turmoil. She described the sleepless nights and the internal battle she fought before coming to the conclusion that the right thing to do was to come forward. "I couldn't live with myself if I stayed silent. The sport I love was being tainted, and I had to speak up." Her words left the audience in awe. The image of Rybakina as a fierce competitor was now joined by the image of a woman of immense integrity and bravery. The press conference was only the beginning, as the tennis world braced itself for the fallout from her revelations. What would follow were investigations, reactions from fellow players, and the inevitable backlash. But for now, Rybakina's voice had brought a dark truth into the light, and the tennis community was forever changed. Elena Rybakina's shocking revelation about her ex-coach Viktor Ivanov sent ripples through the tennis community. Players, officials, and fans alike were stunned by the gravity of her accusations. The fallout was swift and far-reaching, with everyone scrambling to come to terms with the implications of the scandal. The Tennis Integrity Unit, TIU, immediately launched a thorough investigation into Ivanov's activities. They commended Rybakina for her bravery in coming forward and assured the public that they would leave no stone unturned in their quest for the truth. "We take these allegations very seriously," said a TIU spokesperson. "Match-fixing is a cancer in our sport, and we are committed to eradicating it." Rybakina's fellow players expressed a mix of shock and support. Some, like Naomi Osaka and Ashley Barty, took to social media to voice their admiration for Rybakina's courage. "Elena's bravery is inspiring," tweeted Osaka. "It takes immense strength to speak out, especially against someone you trusted." Others, however, were more cautious in their reactions. Some players and coaches who had worked closely with Ivanov found it difficult to reconcile the allegations with the man they knew. "It's hard to believe," said one player, who wished to remain anonymous. "Viktor was always professional with me. I never saw anything suspicious." As the investigation progressed, the media was abuzz with speculation. Sports journalists dissected every detail of Rybakina's press conference, while pundits debated the potential impact on the sport. "This could be the tip of the iceberg," said one analyst. "If Ivanov is guilty, who knows how many others might be involved?" Fans, too, were divided in their reactions. Many praised Rybakina for her integrity and expressed their support for her on social media. "She's a true hero," wrote one fan. "It takes guts to stand up for what's right." Others, however, were skeptical, questioning the timing and motivation behind her revelations. "Why now?" asked another fan. "What does she stand to gain from this? Throughout the turmoil, Rybakina remained steadfast in her decision. She continued to train and compete, determined not to let the scandal derail her career. In interviews, she reiterated her commitment to the sport and her belief in the importance of integrity. "Tennis is my passion," she said. "I couldn't stand by and watch it be corrupted." As the investigation continued, the tennis world waited anxiously for answers. The true extent of Ivanov's alleged activities and the potential fallout for the sport remained to be seen. But one thing was certain: Elena Rybakina's brave stand had set a powerful example, proving that the fight for integrity was worth any cost. As the investigation into Viktor Ivanov's alleged match-fixing activities intensified, the legal ramifications began to unfold. The Tennis Integrity Unit, TIU, worked closely with law enforcement agencies to gather evidence and build a case against Ivanov. The stakes were high, and the repercussions for the tennis world were potentially enormous. Legal experts weighed in on the case, explaining that if Ivanov were found guilty, he could face severe penalties, including hefty fines and a lifetime ban from the sport. Additionally, any matches found to be influenced by his actions could be nullified, affecting players' rankings and tournament outcomes. "This is a serious offense," said a prominent sports lawyer. "Match-fixing undermines the very foundation of competitive sports and must be dealt with harshly." For Elena Rybakina, the legal proceedings brought both relief and anxiety. On one hand, she was reassured that the truth would come to light and justice would be served. On the other hand, she knew that her own career might be impacted by the fallout. The media's relentless coverage of the scandal put her under a microscope, and every aspect of her life was scrutinized. Rybakina's team worked tirelessly to manage the situation. Her public relations advisors crafted careful statements, emphasizing her integrity and commitment to the sport. "Elena did the right thing by coming forward," said her agent. "She stands by her decision and is cooperating fully with the investigation." They also made efforts to shield her from the more intrusive elements of the media frenzy, allowing her to focus on her training and competitions. Despite the turmoil, Rybakina remained steadfast in her dedication to tennis. She continued to participate in tournaments, even as questions about the scandal followed her everywhere she went. Her performance on the court remained impressive, a testament to her resilience and mental strength. "I refuse to let this define me," she said in an interview. "My love for tennis is stronger than any scandal." Her fans rallied behind her, flooding social media with messages of support. "Stay strong, Elena. We believe in you," read one tweet. The outpouring of encouragement helped bolster her spirits, reminding her that she was not alone in this battle. As the legal case against Ivanov moved forward, the tennis community held its breath. The implications of the scandal were far-reaching, and the outcome would have a lasting impact on the sport. But through it all, Rybakina's courage and integrity shone brightly. She had faced a daunting challenge and emerged as a symbol of strength and honesty. The investigation's findings and the subsequent trial would determine Ivanov's fate, but for now, Rybakina remained focused on her career. Her unwavering dedication and resilience served as a reminder that, no matter the obstacles, the spirit of true competition would always prevail. As the scandal surrounding Viktor Ivanov continued to unfold, Elena Rybakina faced a series of personal challenges that tested her strength and resolve. The revelations about her ex-coach not only affected her professional life, but also had a profound impact on her personal relationships and mental well-being. Rybakina found herself grappling with feelings of betrayal and disappointment. Ivanov had been more than just a coach. He had been a mentor and a trusted confidant. The discovery of his unethical actions left her feeling deeply hurt and questioning her judgment. "It's like a part of my world has crumbled," she confided in an interview. "I trusted him completely, and now I'm left picking up the pieces." Her relationship with fellow players also underwent significant strain. While many of her peers publicly supported her, privately, some questioned her motives and the timing of her revelations. This created an undercurrent of tension in the locker room, making an already stressful environment even more challenging. Rybakina's friendships with other players were tested as they navigated the delicate balance between empathy and skepticism. One of the most significant impacts was on Rybakina's mental health. The constant media scrutiny and the emotional toll of the scandal weighed heavily on her. She sought solace in her family and close friends, who provided a much-needed support system. "My family has been my rock," she said. "They've stood by me through everything, and I couldn't have faced this without them." To cope with the stress, Rybakina also turned to therapy and mindfulness practices. She began working with a sports psychologist to address the emotional and psychological challenges she was facing. "It's important to take care of your mental health, especially in times of crisis," she shared. "Therapy has helped me process my emotions and stay focused on my goals." Rybakina's relationship with her new coaching team was also put to the test. Trust, once broken, was difficult to rebuild, and she found herself second-guessing their advice and strategies. However, her new coach, Maria Petrov, was determined to help her regain her confidence. "Elena is an incredibly strong and talented player," Petrov said. "My goal is to support her and help her rediscover her love for the game." Through it all, Rybakina remained resilient. She continued to train rigorously and compete in tournaments, using tennis as both an outlet and a source of strength. Her determination to rise above the scandal and focus on her career inspired many. "I refuse to let this define me," she declared. "I am more than this scandal, and I will continue to fight for my place in the sport I love." The personal impact of the scandal was undeniable, but Rybakina's unwavering spirit and commitment to her values shone through. As the legal case against Ivanov progressed, she focused on rebuilding her life and career, determined to emerge stronger than ever. The scandal involving Viktor Ivanov not only shook Elena Rybakina's world, but also had far-reaching consequences for the entire tennis community. As the investigation unfolded, it became clear that the implications of Ivanov's alleged activities extended beyond just one coach and player. The tennis world had to confront uncomfortable questions about the integrity of the sport and the measures in place to prevent such incidents. The Tennis Integrity Unit, TIU, intensified its efforts to root out corruption in the sport. They implemented stricter monitoring and reporting systems to detect and prevent match fixing and other unethical practices. The scandal underscored the need for a more robust framework to ensure that players, coaches, and officials adhered to the highest standards of integrity. "We must learn from this incident and take proactive steps to safeguard the sport we love," said a TIU official. One of the key measures introduced was enhanced education and awareness programs for players at all levels. The TIU collaborated with professional tours, including the ATP and WTA, to conduct workshops and seminars on the importance of ethics and integrity in tennis. These programs aimed to equip players with the knowledge and tools to recognize and report suspicious activities. "Education is our first line of defense," explained a TIU spokesperson. "By raising awareness, we can empower players to make the right choices." The governing bodies of tennis also took steps to improve the transparency and accountability of coaching practices. They introduced stricter licensing and certification requirements for coaches, ensuring that they underwent thorough background checks and adhered to a code of conduct. This move was welcomed by players and officials alike, who recognized the need for greater oversight in the coaching profession. "We need to rebuild trust," said a senior tennis official. "These measures will help ensure that coaches are held to the highest standards." In the wake of the scandal, there was also a renewed focus on mental health and support for players. The psychological toll of dealing with unethical behavior and the subsequent fallout was significant. Tennis organizations collaborated with mental health professionals to provide players with access to counseling and support services. "We must not underestimate the impact of such incidents on players' well-being," emphasized a WTA representative. "Providing mental health support is crucial." As the tennis world worked to implement these measures, Rybakina's courageous stand continued to inspire others. Her actions sparked a broader conversation about the importance of integrity in sports and the responsibilities of athletes and coaches. "Elena's bravery has highlighted a critical issue," said a former player. We must all do our part to uphold the values of our sport. The legal case against Ivanov progressed, with the tennis community awaiting the final verdict. While the outcome remained uncertain, the scandal had already prompted significant changes aimed at preventing future incidents. The collective efforts of players, officials, and governing bodies signaled a commitment to preserving the integrity of tennis. Through it all, Rybakina remained focused on her career and her love for the sport. Her journey was a testament to the power of integrity and resilience. As the tennis world moved forward, her story served as a powerful reminder that the fight for honesty and fairness was a battle worth fighting. As the dust settled from the scandal involving Viktor Ivanov, the long-term impact on Elena Rybakina's career and the tennis community became more apparent. The incident left an indelible mark on Rybakina, shaping her journey both on and off the court. Despite the challenges, Rybakina emerged stronger and more resilient. Her unwavering dedication to tennis and her commitment to integrity earned her widespread respect and admiration. She continued to compete at the highest level, consistently delivering outstanding performances that demonstrated her skill and mental fortitude. Rybakina's ability to rise above adversity became a defining feature of her career. The tennis world, too, learned valuable lessons from the scandal. The importance of integrity and the need for robust measures to prevent unethical behavior became a central focus for governing bodies, players, and coaches. The Tennis Integrity Unit, TIU, implemented stricter regulations and enhanced education programs to promote ethics and transparency within the sport. These efforts aimed to restore trust and ensure that tennis remained a fair and competitive game. Rybakina's experience also highlighted the significance of mental health support for athletes. The psychological toll of dealing with a major scandal underscored the need for comprehensive mental health resources. Tennis organizations partnered with mental health professionals to provide counseling and support services, helping players navigate the pressures of the sport. "We must prioritize the well-being of our athletes," said a WTA representative. "Mental health is just as important as physical health." The broader tennis community rallied behind Rybakina, recognizing her bravery and resilience. Fellow players, officials, and fans expressed their support, turning the scandal into an opportunity for positive change. Rybakina's story served as a powerful reminder that integrity, courage, and resilience are the cornerstones of true sportsmanship. Looking ahead, Rybakina remained focused on her goals. She continued to pursue her passion for tennis with renewed determination, knowing that her journey could inspire others to stand up for what is right. Her legacy extended beyond her achievements on the court. She became a symbol of strength and integrity in the face of adversity. The lessons learned from the scandal had a lasting impact on the tennis world. The collective efforts to promote ethics, transparency, and mental health support created a stronger and more resilient community. Rybakina's courageous stand had set a powerful example, proving that the fight for integrity was worth any cost. Join us in championing the values of integrity, resilience, and mental well-being in sports. Whether you're an athlete, a coach, or a fan, your voice matters. Support initiatives that promote ethics and transparency, and advocate for mental health resources for athletes. Together, we can create a stronger, fairer, and more compassionate sports community. Let's honor the spirit of true sportsmanship and make a lasting difference. Are you ready to be a part of this positive change? Stand with us and take action today.